Hey, welcome to Cornerstone. This is our newsletter for February 2025. We're excited to get these newsletters going again. A lot more people on the team since the last time I did it, standing in the corner by myself. So, have both Cheyenne and Eric as well. So, with Cornerstone, all of us are agents. We quote, we sell insurance, we help clients, but we also have our own specialties as well. So with Eric, he does a lot of renewal work. So you as clients, when your renewals are coming due, he's looking at that data, shopping around, always making sure that you're getting the best coverages possible for the best price possible. And then Cheyenne, she's doing a couple of different items. She's really involved with our new clients during their onboarding process, as we call it. So a new client comes in, we get them set up for insurance. She's taking over a lot of the administrative tasks and communication with those clients at the beginning. But then she's also helping a lot of our existing clients when they have needs for their policies as well. The goal of today in this newsletter is for us to mainly just highlight a few different areas. One is a trend that we've seen where clients are purchasing vehicles over the weekend, and there being some urgency amongst clients thinking that maybe they can't leave the dealership with their vehicle and trying to get a hold of us. So we want to talk through that a little bit. With the rate environment and renewals coming up, we wanted Eric to also highlight what he's seen from a renewal standpoint and a rate change standpoint. And then today I'll talk a little bit about just some coverage changes that we're seeing our carriers impose upon clients and how that's impacting you. And then maybe even talk about a new type of insurance called parametric insurance. So, Shiny, you want to start us?
Yeah. So, as Travis mentioned, we have seen a few things. And one of the most things we see coming in on Monday morning are messages from clients that we missed on the weekend of them purchasing a vehicle. And there's a lot of urgency on getting insurance for that vehicle. What's nice about insurance is most of our carriers have a grace period. So, if you were to purchase a vehicle on a Saturday, you're covered driving off the lot. And that way we can get to you and your endorsement on Monday. If you buy a vehicle on the weekend, no worries. You can drive off the lot with your vehicle and not worry about having it necessarily on your policy yet. And we spend, like most people do, we spend the weekends with our families. So we're not going to see your message if you text us on a Saturday or even a Friday after 5 p.m. So again, if you buy a vehicle on the weekends, no worries. Take a deep breath. You can drive off the lot with your new vehicle and it's insured.
Perfect. Eric, renewals, rate increases. What are you seeing?
Yeah, I'm seeing things all across the board. It really depends on what you have as far as what you're insuring and who you're with. So some of our carriers are having huge rate increases. Most of our carriers are having, small rate increases, as in, like 10 to 20% would be a small rate increase. 50% would be a huge rate increase. We have a couple carriers who have had rate decreases. And I'm actually seeing more and more of our carriers be very competitive with one another. So even with the carriers where there was a 50% rate increase, it sometimes still is not making sense for you to change carriers. It's just that last year they were really underpriced compared to the market. And so, although it would be nice to keep that good price that you had last year,
Hmm.
sometimes that just the way that the market is right now with all the increases, it doesn't make sense. And I'm still shopping around and seeing if it does, especially whenever we have those huge increases. If I'm seeing that your rate went down, my recommendation straight off the bat might be to stay with your current carrier. But right now with my renewal process, you will be hearing from me about 2 to 3 weeks before your renewal. I'm sending an email with a video and a recommendation on what I think would be the best.
Perfect. Perfect. And then one of the trends we've seen on a lot of those renewals too is we're starting to see some carriers make some coverage changes for clients and unfortunately not doing the best job of notifying us or the client. So
Mhm.
that's something that we're really taking a look at too. And that sort of bridges what we talked about earlier as well with carriers imposing these changes. It could be something from a new minimum deductible. So instead of having a deductible of a 1500 or 1000, now it's 2500. Or another trend we're seeing is that roofs are no longer being covered at replacement cost coverage. They're being covered on what's called a payment schedule or actual cash value, where you're not getting the full amount. We used to see that with several insurance carriers, but they weren't ones we represented. So we would brag about that, we didn't have that. Now it's kind of bled into a lot of the carriers that we represent too. So we're keeping an eye on that. One nice thing is that because of that trend that we saw, we tried to go ahead and position ourselves to make sure that we are going to have a product or an option to help clients that are in this scenario where they're having higher deductibles or maybe their roof isn't covered the way they need it to be. And that's where parametric insurance comes in. This is a unique policy where you get a selected benefit amount. And correct me, I think it's anywhere between 5 and 25,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
So you would select your benefit amount up front, and then your pricing is based on that. Anywhere from $100 to a few $100s a year. You can pay for it in full, monthly, or through escrow if you want. But what this coverage does is when a storm comes through, the National Weather Service is going to put out data based on that storm. What were the wind speeds? What size tornado was it? What was the probability of hail and the size of the hail? They take that data and they message clients that were in that area. They'll send a text message. Hey, Eric, a F2 tornado was 3 miles from your house. Did you have damage? You reply yes, snap a couple photos, and then they're sending you money directly in your account. For tornadoes and wind gusts, it's based on either the tornado size or the wind speed. For hail, it's based on what was the probability that you had hail. If there's at least a 65% probability based on the National Weather Service, then you qualify. The nice thing with this coverage is there's no claim process. There's no adjuster involved. It doesn't show up as a claim. You get your money instantly, and you can use that money for whatever repairs necessary. That way, this is hopefully taking care of a lot of those damages, or it's helping to reimburse for any deductible you might have out of pocket with your insurance carrier. So we can give anyone more information on that if you want, but that's just a way we can help supplement and offset these changes that we're seeing in the market. One last thing I did want to talk about, Sola. Yeah, Sola is the carrier for that, SOLA. One last thing we wanted to talk about is for our clients that currently use our online portal or our mobile app. It's ran through a company called Glovebox. That is being shut down by us. We've decided we've invested in some new software and technology. So over the next about month and a half, we'll be getting Glovebox shut off and this new platform built out. It's going to be much more streamlined. It's going to be less work for clients on getting it set up. It allows you to submit service and change requests directly to us. We can even upload documents into it right back to you. So it's going to be a much more streamlined process and a lot more efficient for our clients. So just investing in technology that allows us to serve you better and help us keep up with growth that we're seeing as well. So if there's anything else you want to hear us talk about, let us know. But we'll catch you all next month. See ya.